Spoiler alert, what's the deal with Colton Underwood and Tia Booth? Anyway, it looks like Colton Underwood is keeping a lot of secrets from Becca Kufrin on The Bachelorette. The promo for the season showed him confessing that he's a virgin, and on season 14's second episode, he comes clean about another secret. He had a relationship with Becca's former Bachelor competitor, Tia Booth. So, what exactly happened between Colton and Tia? Fortunately for all involved, Colton, willingly, comes clean pretty quickly. Of course, that's only if you think there's anything wrong with the situation. When speaking about it, he makes it clear that he thinks there is. "I'm really nervous about tonight. Becca and I are going to have our first big conversation. There's something that Becca doesn't know about me that I need her to know. And it's something that has been worrying me since the moment I stepped out of the limo on night one," he says in his confessional. The sneak peek then cuts to him talking to Garrett, explaining, "So the thing that I'm going to have the conversation tonight about, is, prior to coming on the show, I had a relationship with Tia, from last season. Tia and Becca are good friends, and it is something that needs to be addressed." When Garrett challenges him, and asks what outcome he's possibly hoping for, the NFL free agent tells him, "I think that, the best case scenario, going into it, for me, is that she can see past that. Worst case scenario wise, I might end up going home." He then explains that Becca takes it as a sign of his respect for her, saying that being home would be crushing if he were to be sent home as a result. When Colton eventually confronts Becca, he tells her what actually went down between him and Tia. "Prior to coming onto this in January, I had a relationship with Tia and I wanted to make sure to explain sort of that we had a weekend together, but for me the timing wasn't right to grow what was a spark into a flame," he said. "If my feelings were strong enough I wouldn't have come on this." What was Becca's reaction to Colton and Tia? After Colton admits the truth, Becca tells him that his fling with Tia made her feel a little bit sick. She ends up talking to Tia about it, and Tia also reiterates that she's over Colton. However, it looks like Colton and Tia's relationship history might go beyond just a weekend together. Back in April, Tia's IRL friend Raven Gates and her boyfriend, fellow member of Bachelor Nation, Adam Gottschalk, appeared on a podcast and confessed that Tia was talking to one of the future cast members, so it makes sense it was revealed to be Colton. He even showed his affinity for Tia during Aries' season, live tweeting his opinions of the cast, and speaking particularly highly of Tia. He shared heart eyes emoji during her one-on-one during week 5, and later praised her for keeping it real the following week. Clearly he was smitten off the bat. Still, he also seemed to have no problem letting go when TV stardom was on the line as, for Reality Steve, he ghosted Tia the second reality TV came a knocking. After the episode aired, Reality Steve shed more light on the situation, tweeting, "Weekend in January with Tia, then after Tia he just decides to apply for the show? Oh no, not shady at all." This seems to insinuate that Colton wanted to get on TV, even if it cost him a potential relationship with Tia. Former Bachelorette Kaitlyn Bristow hopped online to beg Tia to reveal why it ended, but so far, no dice. Does Becca choose Colton on The Bachelorette? Colton ends up making it to the homedown dates, which means not only was our lovely Bachelorette able to see beyond his baggage and really willing to give him a shot, but also that she's a much better person than most. Does Tia come back on Becca's season? According to Master of Spoilers Reality Steve, Tia actually appears on The Bachelorette just before the final 4 rose ceremony. Apparently she comes back to confess her feelings for her former fling, and Colton is eliminated on the spot. Will Colton be on Bachelor in Paradise? Reality Steve confirmed Tia and Colton are on Bachelor in Paradise season 5 this summer, which would imply that both were single after Becca's season. Whether it means they never got together, or they reunited and since broken up remains to be seen. Well, it either means both were single, or they wanted to give each other another chance in a very public way, on a beach somewhere, and hey, no judgment here if that's the case. What happens between Colton and Tia on Bachelor in Paradise? Reality Steve shared pics of Colton and Tia going on dates in Paradise, and packing on the PTA, so it's safe for fans to assume they're a couple on the spin-off series. However, Will Colton pop the question at the end of filming? I'd be stunned if they don't end up engaged at the end of BIP. The narrative is looking so obvious for it not to happen that way. Reality Steve tweeted, "Looks like we have a seriously dramatic season ahead of us, and we can't wait to see it all unfold. Can't wait until the finale." Check out our Bachelorette spoilers to find out who Becca picks. Also, be sure to join our Bachelor Facebook group to chat about all the latest updates, exclusive interviews, and juicy gossip.